สวัสดีค่ะ and welcome back to Ed Brand site here on GBN Station. You are now with me, Konkana Ushitpan, reporting to you all the latest news on Buddhism from around the world. Let's get started. As of 2014, Thailand was losing an average of 140,000 hectares of forest cover each year to deforestation and forest fires. The destruction of trees contributes to a loss of biodiversity, increases greenhouse gas emissions, enables flooding, and threatens wildlife. The ordinations, some of which may have taken place as far back as the 1980s, represent one of the ways in which a small faction of Buddhist monks are participating in conservation efforts. Tackling forest fires, preventing poaching, and educating farmers on more sustainable agriculture practices are others. While the exact number of trees protected through ordination is unknown, Vijay Varghese, a co-founder of Our Land, a Thai nature conservation project, said it's likely to have been more impactful among individuals cutting trees down for wood rather than in cases where large-scale development might be about to take place. The small side of the forest, Papasal Bisaro protects from forest fires and poaching in Chayapum province, is why he believes he hasn't faced such threats. But with nature being destroyed more and more, he believes it is even more necessary to help conserve nature, he said in an email. According to Darlington, monks have been working with farmers as far back as the mid-20th century. As the government pushed for rapid economic development, farms were taken over by large companies and farmers got into debt. A handful of monks began to think of practical ways to relieve their suffering. Today, in the northern province of Nan, there is an ecology monk who engaged in ecological conservation projects, who experiments with various sustainable farming practices in a farm behind his temple before sharing his findings with local farmers, Darlington said. And in Shonbury, dozens of students enlist each year in Mabung Meditation Center for Sufficiency Economy to learn from ecology monk Praku Sangkom, who intersperses Buddhist concepts with alternative farming practices. It is important, as we casually stroll into a climate change apocalypse, to take time to see the sights. For example, some stunning ancient Buddhist statues revealed by the receding waters of the Yangtze River during a dramatic drought affecting southwestern China. A once submerged island off the city of Chongqing has appeared in the dwindling river, crowned by a trio of carved statues believed to be 600-year-old, state media Xinhua reported. The Yangtze is the longest river in Asia and the third longest in the world. It is still flowing, albeit in a much diminished capacity, even as some 66 rivers across 34 counties in Chongqing have dried up due to a 70-day heat wave that continues to linger, and rainfall that has been reduced to 45% of normal levels. The statues sit within carved alcoves at the high point of Falling Yan Island Reef and have been speculatively identified as dating to the Ming and Qing dynasties. The central figure is a monk sitting on a lotus pedestal. Indian Minister of Culture, Tourism and Religious Trust and Endowment, Usha Thakur, was addressing the program Buddha Bhumi India, traveling in the footsteps of Buddha at Emquatier Shopping Center in Bangkok. The 3-day event has been organized to mark the 75th anniversary of Thai-India diplomatic relations. Minister Thakur said that Madhya Pradesh is a special tourist destination for the spiritual and culture lover Thailand tourist. Thakur said that the archaeological and cultural heritage of Buddhism in the state is invaluable for tourists of Thailand. All tourists will feel blessed by visiting important Buddhist tourist places like Sanchi Stupa, Vidisha, and much more. Stall of Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, International Buddhist Confederation and Indian Embassy have been put up at the venue. The cultural heritage of the state and the heritage of Buddhism are being displayed at the stall in Madhya Pradesh. It depicts the history and importance of Sanchi and other Buddhist sites. In addition, an exhibition has been organized in the program depicting Ajanta paintings, sutra artworks, monasteries of Himalayas, cultural talks and cultural programs on the theme Indo-Thai cultural history were also organized, in which artists from Thailand and India depicted the traditional cultures of their respective countries through dance performances. An exhibition featuring a selection of treasures from the Dunhuang Caves, the Hong Kong Jockey Club series, Dunhuang, Enchanting Tales from Millennium, was opened on August 24th at the Hong Kong Heritage Museum, enabling visitors to experience a deeper understanding of Dunhuang culture and art, and experience the worldly and heavenly aspirations of ancient forebears in their pursuit of the true, the good, and the beautiful in the Buddhist realm of Dunhuang. The exhibition will showcase 50 exhibits, including artifacts, reproduction of silk paintings, and replica cave, spanning over 1,000 years from the Northern Wei period to the Ming Dynasty. The Dunhuang Caves are a world-renowned repository of the Buddhist art relics, graced by magnificent murals and vivid sculptures. They offer the world a rare glimpse of the spiritual and everyday life in ancient China. Highlight exhibits included a 1-to-1 replica of Yulin Cave 25, which exemplifies the fineness of cave murals. Built in the mid-Tang Dynasty, the Yulin Caves come only second to the Mogao Caves in terms of scales among the Dunhuang Caves. In particular, Yulin Caves is one of the exceptional few constructed during the early years of Tibetan rule in Guangzhou. Other precious Dunhuang exhibits include illustrations of the Sutra of Menacing Buddha of Mogao Cave 148 and much more. The Buddhist non-profit organization Foundation of His Sacred Majesty conducted a free eye clinic in the Indian city of Chennai for children suffering from retinoblastoma. Retinoblastoma is a rare type of malignant intraocular cancer, almost exclusively affecting young children, usually under the age of 5. Although most children survive this cancer, they may lose vision from the affected eye, or if the cancer is too advanced, the eye may need to be removed. If diagnosed early, retinoblastoma can often be successfully treated. The eye clinic was held on 20 August in the Perumbakom suburb of Chennai. The clinic was supported by Mumbai headquarters All Cargo Logistics, with the expertise of Dr. Sheila and the medical team of a Kaval Eye Hospital. The foundation has been regularly providing treatment for children in cooperation with reputed medical organizations such as the Kaval Eye Hospitals and the L.V. Prasad Eye Institute, Hyderabad. The foundation assists vulnerable children in gaining access to proper treatment, accommodation, and guidance during treatment, and necessary medicines. The foundation also coordinates with doctors for chemotherapy, treatment follow-up, and developing confidence-building measures for patients.
Giving, a practice of generosity. Human beings subsist in this world by giving and sharing. When we first entered the world, we didn't arrive with anything. If we didn't have parents or benefactors to provide us with love, kindness, and care, we would never have survived from infancy to this day. The value received from the act of giving is incomparable for both the giver and the receiver. However, It is even more significant for the ones who give persistently, for their generosity will improve their lives immensely. Giving is the act of sharing wholeheartedly for the benefit of others. The more we give, the more we get. It is comparable to how water flows back when we push it forward. The water that surrounds us flows towards us. Givers are well loved by all. Great reputation would be spread around. Giving can be categorized into 4 types. Giving of material things means giving things, and it can be categorized into 10 types, which are rice, water, vehicles, clothes, flowers, scented items, toiletries, mattresses, accommodations, and candles. The greatest giving of all is called Sanghadana, which is giving to an unspecified recipient monk. Giving of kindness means protecting the lives of all living beings and involves the complete removal of anger from one's heart, elimination of vengefulness, and being forgiving. Giving of knowledge means offering knowledge and wise guidance that benefit people's lives. Giving of wisdom means sharing knowledge about the truth of life. This includes educating people on wholesome and unwholesome deeds, advising them to avoid misdeeds and to perform good deeds, and encouraging them to practice meditation to purify their mind. These are all paths of purification for one's body, speech, and mind. Factors that make any giving leads to greater results are: 1. Pure object. The object being offered must be rightfully owned. It must not be stolen goods. 2. Pure agents. Both givers and recipients must be virtuous. 3. Pure intention. Giving was completed with good intention before, during, and after the action. Benefits of sharing. The giver is beloved and admired by a multitude of people. Virtuous people are eager to associate with the giver. The giver's exemplary reputation becomes well known. The giver possesses confidence at all social gatherings. Those who give cherished items would receive cherished items. Those who give great objects would receive great objects. Those who give good objects would receive good objects. Those who give excellent objects would receive excellent objects.
Before we say goodbye, let us end our at Brian's News program with the Lord with Us Dhamma quote. Monks, this samsara is without discoverable beginning. At first point is on the stern of beings, roaming and wandering on, hindered by ignorance and fettered by craving. For such a long time, monks, you have experienced suffering, anguish, and disaster, and swelled the cemetery. It is enough to become disenchanted with all formations, enough to become dispassionate toward them, enough to be liberated from them. Now it's time for us to say goodbye. Don't forget to check out all episodes of our at Brian's News program on our website, gbnus.com. Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful week. สวัสดีค่ะ